Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Directors and Dragons. Today we are doing the 10 subscriber special, which I'm sorry I promised like 3 weeks ago and we hit 10 subs a little while ago, but I'm doing it now. Okay, quick note beforehand, if you're subscribed and you're watching this video, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I put up polls on what you want my videos to be and previews and stuff of what's coming next. So if you want to see that and you want to support, go follow me on Instagram. The link will be in the description. Okay, cool. As you can tell from the title of the video, today I'm going to be doing my top 10 books. But there are a few rules. I can only have one book from each series. There's a minor exception here, but yeah, one book from each series. Otherwise this would be half Stormlight books and half Lord of the Rings. Anyway. So, and there is also no genre restrictions. But I'm not saying that these are the best in their series, these are just my favorites in their particular series. Okay, we'll start with number 10 is Scorpion Mountain from the Brother Band series. Scorpion Mountain is book 5 in the Brother Band series, and it is part of the second story arc with the Heron Brother Band being stationed at Araluen. The Brother Band books and their original series, the Ranged Apprentice books, are actually not very well known, but a lot of my audience seem to know it, because the main draw on my channel seems to be my Brother Band video. But yeah, that's number 10, is my personal favourite in the series, though I don't think it's the best. Though a lot of the books have really good elements, but I feel like Scorpion Mountain is my favourite because it has all my favourite elements, like the engineering side and the nautical side, as well as it's got Gillen in it, which automatically makes the book really good. If you want to see my rankings of the Brother Band books, go see the video over in my tier list playlist on the channel. At number 9, we have Shadows of Self from the Mistborn Era 2. So this is the exception I was talking about earlier. Mistborn, some consider to be a whole series, but I am allowing myself to split Era 1 and Era 2 into 2 different series because they cover completely different characters, but are basically only set in the same world. The same applies to Ranged Apprentice and Brother Band, which both cover completely different characters, there being a slight crossover, but they are set in the same world. Anyway, Shadow of Self is my favourite of the sequel series, and slightly outranks Brother Band because I feel like it's slightly better written. The sequel series is nowhere good as the original Mistborn series, but it's still pretty good books. The mix of the magic and the western works really well, and I love how the world has been developed and how it's having Allomancy and Feruchemy has changed how the industrial development of the world works. So that's really interesting, and also enjoy where it takes the characters and how it fleshes them out. Okay, number 8 we have is Sea of Trolls by Nancy Farmer. This is a single book, it's not part of the series to the best of my knowledge, and I love it. It's a really good Norse mythology, and from what I understand, it's a very accurate Norse mythology book. It's about a boy who gets captured, if you haven't read it, it's a boy who gets captured by Viking raiders, then becomes a slave. He's also a magician and he's learnt from his master, so he becomes of use to the Vikings, and he helps them out on adventures to help sort of earn his freedom for him and his sister. I really love the magic system in this, and it often reminds me of Earthsea, which I started reading but then never got around to finishing. The setup and stuff feels very Earthsea-esque. Anyway, the magic system is really good. It's also, I have had it as audiobook, and it was narrated by the amazing Jared Doyle, who also does the Inheritance Cycle. He does a great job on fantasy books. Okay, number 7 is my favourite book from the Ranged Apprentice series, The Burning Bridge. Burning Bridge is what I like to call a status quo book. And I've got a video, it's more a video essay planned on the style of writing or the style of story. I've got one planned. It'll be quite a complex one, so it probably won't be out for at least a month. Anyway, Burning Bridge is my favourite because it's a really good sequel. Like I have a really, you'll notice on here a lot of these are sequel books, and I love a good sequel. Good sequels I often enjoy better than the original. The sequel, because Burning Bridge does all of this. It expands the world. It expands on the characters, which is two things that I feel a sequel should do really well. Also, I just really love the story and how it sets up one of the best storylines in the Rangers Apprentice books. Okay, number 6 is Expeditionary Forces Black Ops by Craig Alanson. Is it Alanson? Yeah, it's Craig Alanson. It's the only sci-fi pick on here, and again, it's my favorite. It's a sequel. It's actually the 4th in the series. Yeah, what is it? Columbus Day, Spec Ops, Paradise, Black Ops? Yeah. But again, it is a status quo book. It's a sequel to Paradise, which is a sequel to Spec Ops, which is a sequel to Columbus Day. But anyway, awesome sci-fi series. Totally recommend it. It has great characters, and the narration is spectacular. Anyway, it also has a great story. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Okay, number 5, hitting into the top 5 now, is The Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. Again, my personal favorite Harry Potter book. It's a really big Harry Potter book, which also automatically makes it really good, but I love how Order of the Phoenix expands on life at Hogwarts and the students more than I feel any other book. And it spends lots of time at Hogwarts without changing a lot other than the teacher, and you get to have a real feeling for Hogwarts, which is what I absolutely love about this. Okay. Number 4 is Inheritance, the 4th book in the Inheritance cycle. I have this also as an audiobook, which narrated again by the incredible Jared Doyle, who did Sea of Trolls as well. But yeah, Inheritance cycle is one of my favorite book series. It would go up there. Probably stuff as Stormlight and Lord of the Rings. Doesn't have as much place in my heart as Mistborn, but it's a really thick book, and it's, again, you notice I really love massive books. Massive books are like my favorite. Anyway, really big book, which is really nice, and it's a perfect ending for the series. It expands the world again. You get to know it expands on Artemis and Glader. Even though Artemis is dead, it's still improving his character and getting to know more about him, which is amazing. And Galbatorix is incredible, and so Aragorn and Arya, their characters are amazing as well, and so is Saphira. It all gets wrapped up so nicely. All the plot lines. Stop barking. Stop. Okay, dog barking in the background. Anyway, moving to the top 3 now. My number 3 pick is The Well of Ascension, the 2nd Mistborn book by Brandon Sanderson. It scrapes ahead of Inheritance because it's a better book, even though. And that, I don't know, I just really can't. I almost enjoy Inheritance more, but I know it's just the writing and this is better. Just, it puts it slightly better. Please ignore my dog barking in the background. Anyway, Well of Ascension, it picks up basically right where Final Empire, the first Mistborn book, left off. And again, sequel book, expands on the characters, amazing story. Brief spoilers, skip ahead like 10 seconds. Elend, the setup for Elend becoming a Mistborn is incredible, and that gets paid off awesomely in the 3rd book. Okay, and spoilers. The Siege of Luthadel and all the politics stuff is incredible. The Kondra, however you prefer to say it, is also incredible. An amazing race by Sanderson. Amazing species created by Sanderson. I'm sorry, my dog is being very annoying right now. Okay, moving on to number 2 is Words of Radiance, my favorite Stormlight book. Again, it's a sequel book. It's a pattern. That's another essay sort of book, not book, video I'm planning to do soon, so stick around if you want to see that. The next couple of months is a video, I'm so sorry, on why I love sequels so much, or a good sequel, and what makes a good sequel, using some of my favorite books examples. Okay, anyway, the story and the development for Kaladin, as well as the ending with minor spoilers here. Skip ahead 10 seconds, you know the drill. With him saying the next oath, getting his shard blade, and the reveal of what shard blades are and how they work is really good. And you feel so much hope and expectation towards the next book. Against another massive book, which is awesome. The characters of Dalinar and the backstory of Kaladin is great. My favourite chapter, or my favourite sequence, has got to be the Honor is Dead duel in the arena with Adolin and Kaladin. If you want like the best recreation of this ever, was it Audio Imagination? I'll link it. It's a dramatized audio recording of that. It's 20 minutes long. Totally worth checking out if you're a Stormlight fan. I will link that in the description as well, unless I forgot. Then you can yell at me over text on Instagram or comment. You forgot the thing. You forgot to add it. Yeah, you're gonna do that because I'm probably gonna forget. Anyway, moving on to my number one book. It feels a bit obligatory, but it is The Fellowship of the Ring. J.R.R. Tolkien knocked it out of the park. My favorite Fellowship book because it's got the most on the hobbits. My favorite part of Fellowship is actually the starting out. That Frodo, Sam, and Pippin's journey to get to Bucklebury, which is very different from the movies, and it's like my favorite part. Just the whimsical hopefulness in that section. It feels so fairy tale, and it's so nice. Anyway, Fellowship of the Ring, hands down my favorite. Does feel a bit obligatory. And just shout out to the Lord of the Rings series in general for being the best fantasy ever. Okay, so that is my top 10 books. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who got this far in the video and thank everyone who helped me get to 10 subscribers. We will do another subscriber special video when we hit 20. And I hope to put up a poll for what video you guys want on Instagram when we get close to that. We're on 13 at the moment. So smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, make it happen. Get to those 20 subs. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, goodbye.